Okay, so to follow up on our video yesterday with the turbo diesel territory, we've got it going. It's got a dead lift pump in the tank. I had to use this vacuum extractor to suck on the return line until we got rid of all the air bubbles. As you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump this up and let it rip again while the engine's running, and hopefully with the stuff going into the filter, the engine using some, we can get enough up out of the tank, we get all the air out. I'll get that really sucking as hard as I can, and then let go of this clip and I'll come back. Okay, let's let the clip go. Right, I'm just going to keep pumping it while it's doing that. We're obviously getting more out. Just got to get rid of all these air bubbles. It doesn't matter if we suck a bit of diesel out of the tank and put it in this evacuator. The evacuator is just getting tipped in the homemade fuel drum anyway. So I tipped 20 litres in it. I think this holds 12 or something, so we're nowhere near that yet. Can't see it. Yeah. See, up to that second ring there. With the engine off, we're definitely getting less bubbles and disruption. So what I have to do is just really quickly actually let this suck till it stops sucking basically, and then when there's no pressure on the vacuum on the system, I need to put the return back onto the fuel filter, and then hopefully it'll keep going for the time being until I get a lift pump for it. I think we got it. So the lift pumps for these go in the fuel tank. Okay, where's our thing? Is it ready? Ready, set, go. Such a cool thing that I cleaned it up. It's all filthy from doing oil changes. But let's see if it starts. If it starts, we'll go for a quick drive. Take that off. That off. I don't recommend these iTech jump starters, they're not very good. Ooh. Glad I put the window down. If you're ever working on something like this and you're really flattening batteries and stuff, you should probably always put the window down. That started pretty happy. not stone cold, don't panic. It has been going. G6 diesels love a big rev. Right, I'll put the D-Max away. And we'll go for a bit of a drive and see what happens. Did I mention we paid $700 for this? Just thought that's worth noting. I'm sure that diesel's worth a heap of money to someone who's got a Land Rover, Range Rover, Peugeot, or a Territory diesel. It's a 2.7 litre V6 common rail. It's probably worth more than the car. These cars are still pulling about 8 to 12 grand, depending on configuration. Righto. Normal headlights. The other night when we took it for a drive, we were getting a error code, a DSG error. We were getting it when we got to about 60 kilometers an hour. Like that. So the scan tool was saying that that's limp mode for low fuel pressure. It's now in limp mode. It'll only just cruise along at about 40 clicks. Just to protect the fuel pump, I believe. Just a protection mode. It still runs. We should actually be able to reset that. Spirit of Tasmania leaving. And we get a new ship soon. Right. Tesla chargers. You don't have to worry about a high and low fuel pump issues and pressures and common rail things. If you've got a Tesla. No. I think this thing should do like 1,000 kilometers out of a tank. Yeah, it's saying 8 litres per 100 k's. Still got the dongle plugged in for the scan tool. I'm on traffic. It runs absolutely beautifully. I'm actually quite a fan of the way they drive. No, I haven't really been able to boost this one yet. So I've got a little low pressure, like a couple of PSI pump that I reckon I'm going to stick in line and see if that makes the difference, just to make it drivable. It's just a little 12 volt lift pump. If you've ever had a carby V8, you'd be familiar with them. Lots of people on their old Holdens and Fords used to pull their mechanical pumps off and stick these on. I don't know what else to do to get the air out. Everyone on the forums is saying you can run these without a lift pump successfully. Speeding there actually. Why don't the windows do auto up? Yeah, but obviously we're gonna make sure we do something to protect the fuel pump. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what to do. I don't really want to pull the fuel tank out. If I can stick something under the bonnet that sucks fuel out of the tank, that would be ideal. There's one right there. Look at that. Territory titanium. This diesel's quite popular. I got on car sales and had a look at some of the higher K ones. There's a few about with as soon as you accelerate a little bit harder. It's the equivalent of the BMW chime, the chime of death. Yeah, it's having dramas, sucking enough fuel up, so we'll play the game. We'll cut the little pulse pump in. That's flat out. I'm struggling to get to 40 kilometers, so yeah, we'll cut a pump in, find a ignition source just to make the pump pulse while the car's in go mode. I think it's cool. It's got the sonar on the reverse thing. So yeah, with $700 we can spend some time playing. Thanks for watching. I just thought I'd make a video about it. Condition wise, it was a lady's daily driver for the last, I think it's 12 years, she said. It's done 238,000 now, so it's done a few Ks, but it's got a service record up to 190 something, and it's got service stickers from a automotive place near us. It's due for a service currently, so yeah, we'll sort these fuel issues out, and I think we should have a good car. But if I can get away with this little pulse pump, I'll make a video putting that in and testing it. It's just an inline pump that it can go in the suction line up the top there, and if that can just bring some fuel around and push it around, we'll see if that's enough to let the battery charge up a little bit while we're talking. See if that's enough to get the fuel to continue flowing so that it doesn't have a low fuel code. Because yeah, if it does a full loop around the fuel filter and back to the tank all the time, it should have no problems getting the air out of the system after some time. So even if I have to put the little piston pump on there and then just let that run for hours and hours and hours, they just clack away. They're made for continuous use. Lots of excavators and things like that have them as lift pumps. Let that clack away with an external power source on it. Wait till we get enough fuel circulated, and then once we've done that, we will play with the vac extractor again. Get the air bubbles and stuff out of the top. Once we've done that, we should be laughing. It'll only take a few PSI, I reckon, to keep keep it happy, and that's what they produce. They produce a few PSI. Not a huge flow rate, but the return line on this thing is literally like a needlehead. It's tiny. And yeah, like the head of a pin. So that little hole that we're sucking that air out of is really, really small. So basically it just returns around and round and round at the filter, and then it goes down to the fuel cooler and back. So there's a fuel cooler loop as well. Anyway, enough talking. If you got this far, thanks for watching. We'll play with it. 2011 SZ Territory diesel. In protection mode. Catch you in the next video. So we bought an SZ Territory. I'm trying to bleed the fuel system. I bought it and they believe that the ECU was dead. But it's the in-tank fuel pump, I believe. We're just the Vivo vacuum extractor pulling on the return line of the fuel, as you can see. Give it a few more pumps. We've got diesel. Just going to let this go until we get some kind of clean flow of diesel. As you can hear, it's hammering and dancing its way through there. Apparently if the tank pumps die, the low pressure pump in the tank dies, the high pressure pump will still work if you can get all the air out of the system. I really only want this to start so I can drive it on a trailer and take it home and then deal with the problems, but there's a tiny little hole in that black hose, under that black hose. And that's where you hear the air stop. Oh, that was interesting. Got the D-Max hooked up to it for starting power. See, straight fuel. I think we're on to something now, guys. So this is a SZ 2011 2.7 Duratorque or Duratec, can't remember. Diesel V6. And the I bought it for $700 because she was a crank and no start. One of the issues with this setup is it's being common rail. It's got a diesel fuel cooler. Prop you up so you can see the line. As you can see, we're ripping air out of that. I just don't know how much of the system's got air in it. We've got half a tank of fuel, so we can suck on a fair bit of it. Just the extractor's dirty, so I don't really want to tip that back in if it can be avoided. Well, obviously, yeah, we can't tip it back in the tank. there's a little clip down here you got to push to pop that out. Go and start the D-Max. Okay, the battery pack. Pretty bad when you need a sticker to know it's diesel. The jumper leads aren't doing anything. Oh. Terribly cheap jumper leads. We're not here to murder the starter motor, so we won't go too hard. Just have a look at the